Hi, guys. I saw there were some people in the room. I thought I'd come on in and keep you company. So, who were the first folks in? I hope you're having a happy Thursday. Um, Getting pretty close to the weekend. Up to four people. That's a good sign. Oh, had a couple of folks leave on me. Hello, Red and Vicky. Good to have you in the room. All right. Well, it seems like the world is slowly beginning to open up a little bit, at least in terms of our recreational opportunities. By the way, that's going to be factoring into our question of the day today. All right, we will be getting underway shortly. I must say, this semester of teaching through a screen has been strange, definitely weird. What I would say to you, as you go on with your education is, in general, I think your teachers are probably going to get a little bit better, a little more proficient at online classes. I know when I started my teaching career, I didn't quite know how to teach, and then somewhere along the lines, I got better at it. And I feel like I and others are going through that same learning curve at the moment. We kind of got thrown into this online teaching, and we'll get better at it. Hello, JK. Good to have you here. All right. Well, it's 10:45, and it's time to start. Hello, Hidden. Hello. Uh, the Associated Students event calendar is in the announcements on Canvas. Among other things, GCC Pride Week continues. Asian Pacific American Heritage Month continues. And I would recommend, looking at student activities like these, because going to college isn't just about getting grades and earning units. It's about finding your place in the world. It's a social experience as well as an academic one. There was a career development panel on Tuesday that I think a couple of folks in this class went to. It was the one about, what was it? Arts, design, and entertainment. And that was the panel that had the award-winning animator, the set decorator who works with the studios, and the producer of games for Microsoft Studios. Yeah, if you did the little extra credit assignment that went with that workshop, I'll be interested in reading it because I was unable to go to that workshop, and it sounds like it was a real good one. Is anyone here planning to transfer? Do we have any transfer students in the house? And the reason, and please, if you are transferring, put in the chat box where you're transferring to so we can give you a round of virtual applause. Hidden. Now, where is it you're transferring to? Are you the one who's transferring to San Diego State? I'm trying to remember. Red is transferring. Sleepy Jens is transferring. Hidden. Oh, UC Santa Barbara. Oh, yeah. That was the one where we had the thing where I told you about my girlfriend of many, many, many years ago who went to UCSB and, barely got out with her liver intact. Yeah. Red, when you say CSUF, is that Fullerton or Fresno? And Jen's going to Northridge? Okay. Hannah, hello. Well, so congratulations to all of you who are transferring. And to help you celebrate, the Transfer Center today is going to have a transfer celebration event. And that's going to be 1 to 2:30 today. Oh, Red, it's Fullerton. Okay. You know, Fullerton has a huge communication school. Are you going in communication, Red? Uh, the transfer celebration out of the transfer center will be 1 to 2:30 today. And if you are interested in attending, of course, it'll be virtual attendance. Oh, Red, you are in communications. Good, good. Um, Red, if you take media law at Fullerton, if a fellow named Wayne Overbeck is still there, um, say hi to him. He was kind of a mentor of mine many years ago at Cal State LA. He briefly taught Cal State LA. Anyhow, if you want to go to that transfer celebration at 1 o'clock today, go to the announcements, and I have the flyer from the transfer center about how you would attend that. Now, if you know somebody, or if you have another class that you just haven't stayed up with, Saturday is the last day to drop a class, a regular, semester length class. And this semester, because it's been such a strange semester, students, instead of getting the typical W, can get a thing called an EW, which, even though an EW to me is pronounced ew, it's actually pretty good. EW means excused withdrawal, and it's a little bit better than just a plain old W. And to explain that, there is a revised Glendale College grading guide that I have linked to in the announcements. So, my advice is, if you are doing halfway decently in your classes, stay in them, get the units, move forward. But if you or someone you know is in danger of, getting a D or an F, and in some cases even a D transfers, although check with your counselor, if there's something that you're just really in danger of failing, Saturday is the deadline for that excused withdrawal. So you are forewarned. Let's see. By the way, for those of you who are transferring, like Red, I just realized if you're going to Fullerton in the fall, the Cal States are going to be remote. So Hidden, I don't know. The UC system has not made a final decision, not that I've heard yet, about what format they're going to be teaching in the fall. But Cal State is definitely going to be all online. Glendale College will be all online. Oh, Red, yeah. Mm. Well, we'll all get back on campus eventually. Hidden is saying the UC is announcing in mid-June. Okay. I seriously about UCSB, Hidden. When I was in graduate school, I was shopping around for a doctoral program, and UC Santa Barbara was one of the places that my units didn't quite match up for them, so I didn't wind up going there. But it's one of the places I considered, and oh my gosh, what a beautiful campus! I mean, what a wonderful place to hang out while getting an education for several years. All right, up next, supplemental instruction. Well, Stephanie was not able to hold her SI session on Tuesday, but she is expected to be back next Tuesday. And what we'll do is we will have her double up. She will be doing both the advertising chapter and the public relations chapter. And that brings us toward quiz number 3. Next week, all week, quiz number 3 will be open. And it's going to be formatted like quiz number 2 was. It'll be multiple choice. You'll get more than one chance to take it. It'll be easy. And it'll cover the first 3 chapters after the midterm. So that would be television, internet, and advertising. So be ready. Quiz 3 next week. If you did not turn in your term paper, email me. We'll try to work something out. I'm trying to be unusually easy on students because we've all lived through this strange time. And what that does is it brings us to the question of the day. And I think the question of the day is rather an optimistic question. It is based on the idea that parts of the physical world are starting to open up for us. Parts of the outdoors are starting to open up for us. Like, for example, trails in city of Los Angeles and in Glendale are now open. All the trails in Angeles Crest in the Angeles National Forest, the ones that were closed will be open by Saturday. LA County beaches opened yesterday. So here's the question of the day. Most beaches and hiking trails will be open by this weekend. How do you plan to use them? Most beaches and hiking trails will be open by this weekend. How do you plan to use them? So while you guys are thinking about that, and we'll be lighting up the chat box, I'll tell you what I plan to do. Let's see. I think I'll try to hike the Mount Wilson Toll Road. That's up from Altadena, and it's a good wide fire road like thing. So if I come upon other people, I should be able to give them, a reasonable amount of distance. I've been hiking the trails or running the trails actually in Griffith Park. Did so just this morning. With Griffith Park, it's so used that it's best to get there early. Yeah. So okay, let's see what we got. Emma is saying you're going to stay at home, so you're going to be a little cautious about this. Yeah, I think with a lot of things, it's okay, it's open, but do I still want to take the health risk? I mean, think about those restaurants, for example, that eventually will get the go-ahead to do more than just takeout and delivery, that it'll be like, well, you can open up with half your tables or something. It's going to be a whole nother thing to get the customers to be convinced that it's safe enough to do that. Yeah. Sleepy, doing small walks. Yeah, I think anything that gets you out of the house at least a little bit without much in the way of social contact, without much in the way of risk is a good thing. Hannah, go on a hike with your dad. Hannah, where do you and your dad go to hike? It's kind of sad. I have one child, a son, and I got him to hike when he was a little kid, but after that, just wasn't interested, and I didn't want to force it on him because I didn't want him to hate it. Hidden. I don't think I'll be going to the beach anytime soon since so many people will probably flood it. But I'll definitely be hiking with a mask on. Yeah. I don't know if you need a mask in Angeles National Forest, but LA City Parks, you need to have a mask. And in Glendale, you need to have a mask too. Red is saying, I'm going to go run at the beach maybe a couple of times and definitely going hiking. Red, running along the sand, that's kind of a frustrating experience. It's probably good for you. Oh, Hannah, you're keeping it in Glendale, going to the Duke-Majan Wilderness area. All right. Let me tell you about what you are doing today. let's have you go off to the media note. Today's media note is entitled The Not So Friendly Skies. And it's about United Airlines, which 3 years ago got itself involved in really a dreadful situation. A passenger was mistreated, just, it's god awful. It really is. Uh, so I want you to click the link where you get to see the really disturbing disturbing cell phone video. And then I want you to click on the other link for the NPR story about the reaction to this incident. Of course, after that, I'll have you go over to Canvas and you will take the typical short multiple choice media note quiz. After you get that done, we will be finishing up chapter 12. We will be finishing up the public relations chapter. And you will start with the slide Principles of Crisis Communication. Please note the United Airlines example in your media note. That was a public relations crisis. Okay. So start in chapter 12, Principles of Crisis Communication, and then go through to the end. That's the last 22 minutes of lecture. All right. Do we have any parting shots? Any last questions before I end the live stream and head over to Canvas chat? What do we got? All right, guys. I hope you get through the lesson well and you have a happy weekend, and see you over on Canvas chat.